The history books. 2024, 6-0 win. 2025, 6-2 win. This year, 5-0 win. In that first game where the pressure is on, especially after he played poorly in the quarterfinals in the last 2 years, he has dismantled his opponent in the first leg of the semi-final.
I mean, let's talk, shall we, about Manchester City, because it's only right we do. They are into their third ePremier League final in a row. We haven't really spoken much about them. We've spoken more about who can stop them. Now we're looking at a side that are in incredible form going into the final. Are they now the favourites, if they weren't already?
It's an interesting one, though, because obviously we know it's a different duo this time around. We don't have Tex, but we could see him on the opposite side going into this final, facing them. And so we're seeing a lot of familiar faces. Things are shifted around, but it's looking like Manchester City could maybe do it again, but we'll have to see who they face up against.
I'll answer the question. Yes, they are favourites. Absolutely. I mean, you don't win like that against the team that was your toughest competition to date. 11-1. If you're watching that, if you're Leeds, if you're Sunderland, you're watching that game and you're thinking, all right, we've got a big final ahead of us if we win this game.
Yeah.
There's going to be no gimmies.
Well, let's take a look at the bracket then. If you're just tuning into us or you've been catching up with the action, this is how it stands. Like I said, we have our first finalist. It's no surprise if you've watched the ePremier League in the last couple of seasons that Manchester City are there. They do loads of great work behind the scenes, Manchester City eSports, but waiting for them, Leeds United or Sunderland. Sunderland's first ePremier League, and they could be at a final. And of course, Leeds have got Tex, who is a current holder.
Yes, and both last games for them was not an easy battle to get to this stage right now. I'm curious if Sunderland switch up that order, because it did seem like a difficult process for them to get there. We'll have to see the order of who's playing first, but it's going to be a very good matchup.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go and find out who's playing first. Maybe we can get some pointers from the current ePremier League holder who's now representing Leeds United. He is with Brandon.
Yes, I'm with the main man himself. Whenever this man's in a final, he simply does not lose. Tex, you are one game away from doing so. A stressful game against Chelsea. What are you making of your opponent with Sunderland now?
Yeah, stressful game. We come through, and I feel like when you win a tournament, you need one game where like it goes your way, just like a tight margin. And that was a big game. So yeah, Sunderland now. I'd say on paper they're one of the two best teams in the tournament, alongside City. So yeah, we'll see.
What is it about this tournament in particular, Tex? Because it seems like this is the tournament where you are always so consistent. And we've heard Matthias Bonano maybe down to be one of the best ever Premier League players. I mean, you've won it 3 times. You win it this year, it'll be 4 times. Is that in your mind at all?
No, I couldn't care less about being the best ePremier League player. I want to be the best player in the world again. So the ePremier League is just it's just one of the tournaments where if you want to get back to the very top, you need to win this one.
And to people that are watching, that are a big fan of you, this is the tournament they get to see you at your best more in recent years. What can they expect from you in this semi-final?
I don't know, it depends how Sneb does. Hopefully Sneb gives me like an 8-0 lead. So you expect nothing from me, just keep the ball.
Tex, good luck. You play Sunderland next. See if you can go marching on together to the grand final. Right, that's it from this man. He's got a big game. For now, it's over for some FC Pro IQ.
Wonderful work, Brandon, as always. It's always good to hear from Tex as well, just to see his mentality and how he's faring for this next game. It's a tough one, Harry. Up against Sunderland, of course. Paulo Neto won his game. Young ended up losing, but it didn't matter because of all the work Paulo Neto done. I want to ask for a prediction, but I'm going to wait. I'll let you think on it first. But we're going to dissect a clip from Paulo Neto's first leg against Newcastle and Reece Vaughan. Talk us through it, Harry.
I mean, this is what happens when Paulo Neto does get the ball.
Yeah.
So if we play it in its entirety once,
See, it's a mistake, though.
and he's on you. He's triggering, L1, L1, L1. He's always got a man over. And again, considering he only had the ball for about 25% of the game and that's his 4th goal, Tex and Leeds need to be wary about this man in the attacking positions.
Yeah, we don't actually know the order yet. Well, probably other people do know. But do you think for Paulo Neto, maybe there's a thought process where he might go second?
I think Paulo Neto has got to go second.
Yeah, I actually agree
He has
with
to
that.
because he can do turnovers like this. So if we play it again, and we'll stop it as soon as he intercepts the ball now.
Here.
So what he's done, he's already triggered everyone around him, every single player. He's got it with Gallagher. He's gone L1 diagonally, L1 there, and L1 here.
Yeah.
And then if we play it, you'll just see all of them just start absolutely legging it forward, and then it's indefendable because you've always got a man over.
How difficult is it to defend? Like, what do you do when you're trying to stop that from happening? Because you've got to think about not only the person in possession, but the 2-3 players he's triggered. Is it situational, or how does it work?
I would say if someone is that good at triggering runs, so like the people at home could end up mastering, I think once someone does that, I just pray.
It's just as that. You just have to hope.
I just pray. This is all about the attack, not the defence. If someone's got 6 players running at your back 4, what you're meant to do, you just need to try and guess and intercept it.
Yeah, it's a very difficult one for Leeds fans who'll be hoping that Tex and Nick Snebb can try and defend Sunderland's onslaughts of attacks. They've scored so many goals in this tournament, and we're moments away from kickoff, so let's get into it.
We are the main attraction.
Hold on a second, right on cue. Leeds United and Tex, 7-6. Fantastic victory.
Let's go.
Paulo Neto has turned into a different beast. Sunderland till I die.
Sunderland are home and dry.
This is our time.
Manchester City are waiting in the final, but the question is, who will be joining them? The second semi-final of the ePremier League is coming your way. The Whites of Leeds United, the Black Cats of Sunderland. So much history from the ePremier League on that stage. A 3-time champion in Tex. Nick Snebb looking for his first big grand final of this stage. On the other side of it, rookie's debut season for Sunderland, and 2 absolute worldwide stars in Young and Paulo Neto. For me, there's 2 players on that stage with a lot to prove in Young and Nick Snebb, especially from the quarter-final performances. And you've got 2 players who have been pretty spectacular in Tex and Paulo Neto. This plans to be real good FC.
Absolutely. No, that quarterfinal game for that Sunderland duo was a bit tumultuous, a bit of a roller coaster for them, and so hopefully they've able to level out here. We'll see if they've switched up the order and they're able to go into this next game, because honestly, everything is on the line, and going up against this Leeds duo, Tex and Nick Snebb, is going to be difficult.
I can't wait to see how this game is won and lost. The first big change in player in terms of the rotation coming through in this game. Sunderland, Paulo Neto started against Newcastle. Young finished. They've swapped it around. Paulo Neto will play second now, and Young will play first. Nick Snebb takes the reins as he did against Chelsea. And I think both players just psyching themselves up a little bit as well as we get into this game, because they don't need us to tell them. I don't like saying like a weak link in the team, but they've been the weaker player in the duos. They will know that themselves.
But everyone plays a role. Both teammates have to perform at the highest level, especially at this stage of the competition. And so you have to start the game off strong, even in a position like Young is in right now, starting off. He has to hand this game off to Paulo Neto. Both players, Nick Snebb handing it off to Tex eventually. And so both players need to perform.
Absolutely. Something's got to give. Man City await in the grand final. They have just been absolutely outstanding in their semi-final. An 11-1 victory, if you are just joining us, against Tottenham Hotspur. But who will be going up against the reigning defending champions in Man City? We're about an hour away from finding out. Will it be Leeds United all in blue from left to right, or in the red and white of Sunderland? Young gets us underway. As you can see, the FC Pro live upgrades as well, the league upgrades are in effect. No Rockefeller and Talby both already had a +1 from their 88 SBC, and they're now looking to go to 90 rated if they were successful in this matchup.
Did you complete either of them, Rich?
I did Noah Rockefeller, actually.
Okay.
Just leads with my pick before we started to go all the way. Young with the first chance of the game, Estevao down this right-hand side. Just recycling. He's going to play, for me, you don't want to go into a basketball-esque game against Nick Snebb. There is Young with Florian Wirtz, finds a strike. Donnarumma with the save. First corner of the game. First chance to show something from the training ground. It's ripped into the near post, and Maguire forces a great save out of Donnarumma. Short corner played. Bruno Fernandes down that byline. Couple of second-man presses there coming in from Nick Snebb. Wirtz looking to be the target. 10 minutes about to be up, and it's not only myself and Case in commentary, but we do have a very special guest joining us for this upcoming match. He knows, I think it's safe to say, Tex very well. He played against him the last couple of years in the ePremier League. He was representing Brighton Hove Albion this year. It's Jayden in the commentary booth, and what a start that is for Nick Snebb, putting the doubters to rest right there. 1-0 up against Young in this matchup. Jayden, firstly, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Obviously disappointed with the ePremier League so far yesterday, but coming into today, how are you feeling, and what a game we've got to
It's an amazing game. Yeah, amazing. You know, you've got 4 amazing players, 2 from Brazil, 2 from United Kingdom. Hopefully the British boys can go on and get to the final.
It's a great start, though, Case, for Nick Snebb.
Great start for Nick Snebb and Leeds. It's exactly what they need for that momentum into this semi-final game, but there's a lot of game left to be played. Can I put you on the spot here for a prediction for this match specifically?
I think Leeds are going to do it, to be honest. You know, Tech's going second, and with Snebb having the lead, I think Tex is really good going second, and I think that's what's going to be the difference.
We've got any questions for Jayden in the chat? Get them in, we'll get them fired across to him. Could be Ultimate Team Help, could be FCE gameplay tips, or his thoughts on the ePremier League and Brighton and Hove Albion. Let's get back into the action here. Leeds 1-0 up against Young's Sunderland, and Semenyo could be in again here, looking to cut it back. A bit of a wild touch there from Lewis Miley. There's pressure on both of these two players. I think that's safe to say, Jayden, especially after the quarter-final performances. Both didn't help their teammate. I think that's safe to say. Are you surprised that Sunderland switched the order?
Not one bit, to be honest. I mean, I think watching Young play and being 4 goals down at half-time was something that they had to change for this game if they wanted to win it.
And were you surprised, I suppose, that Leeds didn't falter at all? Still, I think just through Texas' strength, you always put him second to go in and win the game.
Yeah, 100%. I was speaking to Tex and Snebb after their win. And he seems to get to finals so easily, and I think they use that quarter-final as a warm-up.
Well, in all of those quarterfinals as well, he's not been great.
No.
He lost pretty heavily against Salmon. Last year with Fulham, the game could have gone away from them. This year, I mean, last year it was Manu Bachori beat 6-1, 6-2. This year beating Mark Marley 5-0. They just seem to come alive. Been a decent reply here, Case, from Young, but Nick Snebb always looks to be in behind with Semenyo.
No, he definitely is dominating so far in this first half. Nick Snebb, honestly, if he goes into this match, I believe playing more conservative is the way to go, especially up against a player like Young, because we do know he could be relentless in the attack. But Jayden, let's see if there's an opportunity here. Semenyo, oh my goodness, twisting and turning. Fantastic.
That is the Nick Snebb the ePremier League has been waiting for.
100%. That is the Nick Snebb all us UK players know. He likes to skill, he likes to score nice goals, and that is one of them.
Pressure on Nick Snebb coming into this game. Even by his own playing that well. From the groups, in fact, Premier League icon.
I think it has to be Steven Gerrard, you know, a proper footballer and manager.
He's been a common answer today, I'll be honest. He's been a very common answer. Are you coming back next year?
Good question.
That's a great question. That's something I don't know myself, to be honest. I think it depends on how the format is and everything, you know. If it still was important, I'll be there, but if it's not, maybe I won't.
Florian Wirtz, edge of the box here for Sunderland. Keep those questions coming in. Case, what you made of this? Because Young's he had a couple of chances, but he's not really shown Nick Snebb anything to be worried about so far.
No, here's the thing. We saw a performance from Young in that first matchup that he probably was not proud of. And so I thought, you know what, maybe this switch and play would give him that confidence, changing it up mentally for him, because you do really need a very different mental situation going into a first versus second game. But I'm seeing a similar situation to the first round.
Next, they're playing for the last attack of this first half. will get 1 additional minute, expecting to go forward here and try and extend that lead before the break to 3-0. Esteval out wide, can't find the pass, and Sunderland will get us into half-time. 2-0, Leeds United lead. Nick Snebb showing what you can do here at the Premier League. That's taken a little while, but you see the reason that, I mean, basically Tex handpicked him as his teammate coming into this tournament, and he's giving him it back. 2-0 up on the other side of the stage. Lots to do for Young. Just not sure if there's much being said here. We'll try and have a quick listen in. But the headphones are already back in. He don't want any advice.
No, straight back into it. I think Nick Snebb is really feeling himself. I'm seeing, you know, step over cancels, McGiddy spins. You know, you've got to be confident be doing that.
How difficult is it? You've played in this arena, in this venue a lot of times. Being in there, you can hear us commentating over the game. You can, if your teammate gets up and gives a celebration, you can see that. You can see if you concede. I mean, you've got Banano getting up and shouting, or whoever it may be. It must be difficult now playing in this scenario.
It is. I mean, there's so many different things that go on. You know, as you said, you can hear everything going around you. You can hear your opponents. And I think it's all about blocking everything out and just focusing on yourself and your game. But as we can see here, you know, we're straight back into it, and it'll be an interesting second half.
Does that take time?
Yeah, 100%. I remember my first time coming to the ePremier League. I think I was playing Red Lac, and I could feel my heart beating out my chest for that first game.
What's the biggest shock coming into a competition like this, first time coming in as a rookie?
I just think it's the nerves, to be honest, because it's so different to playing at home. You know, all the cameras in front of you, and just everyone knows that when they're at home they can play well, but on stage it's just a completely different aspect. So I think it's just being on stage and,
oh, that's lovely. What a goal. And that's how quickly Young can turn it around. He's not shown his quality today, but just in glimpses, he does enough. And that's a really, really good goal.
As we see the replay coming here, starts off with Cole Palmer. Bruno Fernandes, one of the most influential players of this competition, and no shock here, Semenyo is right there to finish, bringing him right back into the game. One of the most dangerous scorelines, 2-1. Young is still in this matchup.
We saw Young, what, 2000, I think a couple of years ago, he lost in the Esports World Cup final against Jafonzo. He got momentum on that day. He beat Anders by a crazy scoreline as well. Once he gets going and gets the confidence, I think he is a real top player. He's just not had any sort of confidence to take from this ePremier League Grand Final so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest shock for him was that 6-1 loss to San Brito, and I think that does put a bit of confidence against you. And I think it's just, you know, trying to find your way back into it. And as you can see, he's 2-0 down, and he's just gone, you know what, let's just keep playing the way we are, and we'll get a goal back.
Well, let's see what other people in the chat have been saying. Silver Dude, Jaden, you're one of my favourite players. How do you consistently play at such high level?
I think it's just natural ability, to be honest. You know, I'm one of the people that don't really play, but there are a lot. I think it's just this game suits me with the through ball meta.
With the ability.
Yeah.
It's not how you play. If you could team it with anyone, who would it be?
That's a really good question. You know, there's definitely people I wouldn't play with.
Who would you not play with then?
Oh, definitely not San Brito.
Okay.